In this video, you will discover how to memorize everything you read. If you've ever struggled to remember key points, facts, or ideas from the books, articles, or study material you read, then this is for you. Stick with me through the entire video because I'm about to share some game-changing techniques that will help you retain information more effectively and effortlessly. By the end of this video, you will have practical tools you can use immediately to boost your memory and make your reading more productive. Trust me, these strategies will change the way you learn forever. First up, let's talk about active reading. This isn't just about reading the words on the page. It's about engaging with the material so it actually sticks in your brain. Here is the key. Instead of just reading passively, ask yourself questions while you read. What's the main idea here? Why is this important? How does this connect to what I already know? Take notes, highlight important points, and summarize sections in your own words. This simple action will actively involve your mind and increase focus, helping the material sink in. This technique alone will keep you from zoning out and make it much easier to resolve what you read later on. So, don't skip this step, stay engaged. Next, let's dive into note-taking. Most people take notes, but few do it in a way that helps them remember. The secret is not just to copy what you read, it's about rephrasing the content in your own words. Try using the Cornell note-taking system, which organizes your notes into 3 sections: key points, detailed notes, and a summary. This method helps your brain process the material more deeply, reinforcing the information and making it much easier to review later. Don't just jot down random facts, focus on understanding and writing things in a way that you could explain them to someone else. This is the real secret to locking information into memory. Now let's talk about visualization, one of the most powerful memory techniques. When you read, try to create a mental image of what you are learning, visualize the concepts, processes, or stories as vividly as you can. For example, if you're reading about a historical event, imagine the scene in your mind, picture the people, the places, and the actions. The more vivid the image, the stronger the memory will be. It's like creating a mental movie. Visualization works because our brains are naturally better at remembering images than words alone. So, the more you can see it in your mind, the easier it will be to resolve. When it comes to memorizing complex information, mnemonics are a game changer. Mnemonics are memory aids that make difficult facts easier to remember. You might be familiar with acronyms like PEMDAS for the order of operations in math, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. These memory tricks can simplify even the most complicated concepts. Create your own mnemonics by taking the first letter of each item in a list or concept and making a word or phrase out of them. The crazier and more creative, the better. Your brain will latch onto these unusual connections, making the information easier to resolve. One of the most powerful ways to memorize information is to make connections. Our brains are designed to remember things by associating them with something we already know. When you learn something new, try to link it to an experience, fact, or concept you are already familiar with. This builds a mental network of connections which makes the new information easier to retrieve when you need it. For example, if you're learning a new language, try associating new words with objects or experiences in your life. The more you connect new knowledge to things you already know, the stronger your memory will be. Here's a critical step that too many people overlook: review and resolve. Simply reading something once won't help you memorize it. You need to revise and actively resolve the information to lock it in. This is where spaced repetition comes in. Spaced repetition is the practice of reviewing information in increasing intervals. For example, review the material the next day, then a few days later, then a week later. This strengthens the neural pathways and makes the information stick for the long term. Tools like flashcards or apps like Anki can help you implement spaced repetition, and don't just passively review. Make sure you actively resolve the material from memory. This active effort helps strengthen the connections in your brain.